A classic field trip destination. You or your family may have already toured there. The Wisconsin State Capitol has offered tours to the public for more than 100 years.
My son's fourth grade class did it
just last year. And our Wisconsin State Capitol Bureau Chief Vanessa Kelson tagged along on a tour this morning to highlight the historic building.
Since 1915, the Wisconsin State Capitol has opened her doors for tours, welcoming visitors from across the state and around the globe. And although I've spent countless hours in this building, I've never actually been on a tour until now.
All right, come on in.
Where laws are made, policy is carried out, and justice is decided.
This is the People's House.
Steve Sparks is a Wisconsin State Capitol tour guide.
Well, I'm just glad to be a part of being here at the Capitol.
Over the last 6 years, he's given thousands of tours.
Well, I never fail to be impressed by the grandeur of this building when I walk in.
He needs no notes, giving the tour by heart.
All right, come on in here. Wisconsin was the very first legislative body in the entire world to use electronic voting.
The state's 3 branches are all housed under this dome, the largest by volume in the United States.
You might run into a representative, you might run into a Supreme Court justice, you might run into the governor's staff. I mean, everybody's right here in this building.
How long do you want to be a tour guide for?
Until I can't walk anymore.
The tour, a rite of passage for so many, be it tourists, lifelong residents, or the state's 4th graders.
When I have 4th graders, usually at the end of the tour, I will ask, who do you think owns this building? And they always struggle with that question until somebody comes up with, we do.
Just last year, over 85,000 visitors joined a guided tour of the center of the state's political universe. Still, Sparks tells me every tour is different. From the Wisconsin State Capitol, Vanessa Kelson.
Well, next July, America will celebrate its 250th birthday. Here at WMTV, throughout the next few months, we'll showcase the people and places that have helped make our great country what it is today. We the people, the opening phrase to the Constitution, will be the core focus of the stories, and there is so much to explore right here in South Central Wisconsin. To check out our stories, visit our homepage at WMTV15news.com and click on the We the People.